rising Venus signs and cross watchers, welcome to your Timeless Chakra Reading. I am your reader, fellow Virgo Sun, Mark, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, 24 and a half years of service at the time of this timeless recording, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Available on Kindle. There is a link in the description box. You can preview it for free. And as a Virgo, that's just part of my service to the world. That book, I love that book. But I'm also a creator on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. Best career move I ever made. A year on Patreon at the time of this timeless recording. I'm a Virgo. We keep track, right? Very, very happy to be there live streaming every morning with all of my patrons. All of my subscribers get to see me in the morning with a unlisted YouTube live stream link, cup of coffee in my hand, bathrobe, doing it from the laptop over on the couch with the cats usually, feline intervention, talking about the day's astrophysicist, astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, ending with a little prayer, a little blessing, a little meditation, a little something to send us on our way. The favorite part of my day, my subscribers also get all of the extended readings, part 1 on YouTube, part 2 on Vimeo on demand if you wanna. I love it when people do, but all of my subscribers, regardless of level of subscription, get access to the extended past, present, and into the future as long as they stay subscribers. And there's all sorts of benefits over there. It's divvied up. We have 8 levels of subscription: Seeker, Human, Hero, Angel, Witch, Immortal, Mystic, God, Goddess makes 8. And I love it. It's the best career move I ever made. We've been doing some recorded Zoom events over there. We're going to do some tarot parties over the holidays at the time of this timeless recording. Maybe even a drunk tarot party, which is a lot of fun for me. Because I don't drink that much, but I'm a lot of fun. So if you're looking for a deeper experience, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, click the link, check it out. Come Patreon on Patreon with the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, Virgo power. Just call me Mal. Bam! Hi! I like these readings. I hope you do too. They are timeless, so whenever you catch it, may it serve. There's only 11 cards going to hit the table, but these take a while because we are looking at healing, we are looking at alignment, spiritual awakening, etc. A general read. We're going to obviously look at the chakras, but we've got some oracles on here. We've got some healing systems on the table. So I am psyched to do this for us. And cross watchers, a little note: if you can really absorb what hits the table, you can have a lot of sympathy and empathy and understanding for the cross watcher you are watching for, right? You're not going to get anything you're not supposed to know. That's not how my readings work. This isn't spying. It's insight, it's inspiration, it's clarity. But if you apply this to your own energy field, one would think you would come into healing and alignment too, which will not just help you heal and align and awaken and whatever, but help the Virgo you are cross-watching for as well as the Virgo collective. This is what unity is. The more we heal ourselves, the more the world heals. As within, so without, as above, so below. Emerald tablets, don't try and chew on them because they're actually made of emerald. Look them up, you'll see what I mean. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because I've just been saying as an example, your solar plexus could very much be your sun sign, right? Something really indicative that hits that. If you're watching for your sun, your moon sign obviously could be the heart chakra, element of water, emotion, but it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and get more insights on different aspects of healing for you or cross watchers. So yeah, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the best that I can to get you the clarity, guidance, grace, love, healing, power, and wisdom of the divine through my chakras, out through YouTube and to you, and well, through these pieces of cardboard, which have served very well. I keep using the word service because Virgos, we are the servants of the zodiac, but we got to serve us first, because if we ain't serving us, how are we going to serve anybody else? Can I get it again? RuPaul just got a douche chill. She don't know why. So let's do this. Let me do what I do best, and let's see what hits the table. And just remember, no matter what hits the table, I love you. We're all in this together. Virgo power. Breathe. And I have ocean sounds playing in the background to drown out the sound of the neighborhood. Fitting, huh? Still point. Oh, here we go. That was a click. Using the Caroline Myss archetype cards, which are lots of her videos down in the description box. Things, Anatomy of the Spirit, or talks on Anatomy of the Spirit, the book that changed chakras for me forever. Sacred Contracts, a lot of cool stuff in there you might want to check out, Virgos, if you want to do the deeper dive on your own. So I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Virgo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. Just need one of them. The archetype in the 8th chakra. We're going to lay these down from the 8th chakra down to the root, but then we're going to read them from the root all the way up to the crown. So what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype? Hanging over the head, sending down like a satellite, the program, the codes to the chakras underneath them for the Virgo collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Reason, season, or lifetime in this healing chakra. Read the nature child. Oh, nature boy. Love it. I have the nature child in spades. You can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, except for 4 archetypes in particular called the survival family archetypes. 9 different families. Everybody has the child, the victim, the saboteur, and the prostitute. Read Sacred Contracts. Tons of videos here on YouTube if you want to. I'm not going into that right now. That's a lot. That's a lot to unpack. Not everybody has the child archetype, because it's how we learn how to survive. The child, the victim, victor, the saboteur, empowerer, and the prostitute, which is not all that much about sex. But not everybody has the nature child archetype. I do. I was raised in a garden, thanks Mom. And as you hear what's written on this card, I think if you know me, you'll get it, and maybe you can feel this in yourself, or you're dealing with somebody who has the nature child archetype. So, shadow written on the bottom, light on the top. This is lead, this is gold. 3 atoms on the periodic table between here and here. That's why we're going to use the Whispers of Lord Ganesh, remover of obstacles, Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, along with some other fun and goodies here. So let's see. Here is the program, the mission, should you choose to accept it. The shadow attribute, tendency to abuse animals, people, and the environment. Oh, come now. Virgo, the son of goddess. I'm not allowed to do that. Well, I mean, we're all children of the divine, right? So no. Okay, I admit I once used a magnifying glass on an ant when I was 5 years old, and it freaked me out so badly I never did it again. The light attribute, friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. I live alone with 3 black cats and I work from home, so we're having conversations all day. In fact, the oldest one, Sabby, ripped a hole, and it was nice. It was 55 degrees today. I opened up the window, cut a hole in the screen, and got outside for the first time since we moved in here 5 years ago. So yeah, we had a conversation. I didn't yell at him. I went, I picked him up. I gave him a kiss. I said, don't do that again, and close the window until we get Anderson out here to replace that with them Teflon adamantine screens. So friendship with animals, communication with nature spirits. Come now. We're Virgos. That's what we're good at. We have that inherent purity and innocence deep in our core. And the child archetype, regardless of sub-pattern. This is the nature child. There's the orphan child, the wounded child, the magical child, the divine child, the eternal child, on and on and on and on. The child archetype, regardless of sub-pattern, is about innocence and safety. It's the difference between childish and childlike. Pee Wee Herman, Dalai Lama, and let's face it, I am somewhere in between, but put me in a forest, put me at the beach, put me in a mountaintop cabin with somebody hot. I'm there, and I will be calling in the spirits to make sure that we have a good time. Dionysus being my patron god, you bet. But there's an innocence about it that I think is very much in tune with Virgo. The word virgin does not mean you never had sex. It's not the original meaning, that's a meaning. It means untouched, like virgin land, virgin olive oil, right? It's like purified and in a sense innocent. That's almost a vocal exercise. So the next 7 cards we're going to put down are the chakras proper, as most people know them, but we're doing them face down because they go out faster, and it's a lot more fun this way. Next 4 chakras down: crown, third eye, throat, and heart, spiritual, mental, will, and emotional power, the internal world, the feminine energy, the yin dynamic, the world behind your eyes, your psychological world, second level of power. Please take a nice deep breath. I know a lot about this stuff. It's just applying it, right? Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of earth, sign of Virgo, powers of the north, please, beloved goddesses of mutable earth like sand, please. 4 cards in clarity: crown, third eye, throat, and heart, spiritual, mental, will, and emotional power for the Virgo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus, signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, dealing with the child archetype in the 8th chakra. What's going on in their spiritual power? Woo, that one popped right out. Crown chakra. I don't trust you. For their third eye, mental power. What's going on in the third eye there? For the throat chakra, willpower, choices, decisions, spit, swallow, or chew. And the heart chakra, emotional power. What's going on in the heart chakra of the Virgos and or cross watchers? Let's get them last 3 chakras down with the mythic tarot, the external, the masculine, the yang force, the relationships in the world. I'll call those out as we go, although this could be you from the outside looking in at yourself, or you from the inside looking out at people, places, and things. It's a general read, so only you can kind of know that. I will make the connections where I can with the dots provided. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. And here we go. As I call upon my gods of earth, sign of Virgo, powers of the north, please, beloved gods of mutable earth. 3 cards in clarity for the Virgo collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, the lower 3 chakra dynamic. In the physical world, relationships, etc. in the physical world, let's start with the solar plexus, personal power, their honor code, their boundaries, what they will, what they won't, what they do, what they don't, their gut intuition, which usually nobody else gets, therefore their self-esteem as a verb and their self-image as a noun, all right, directly connected to their solar plexus intuition. Second chakra, one-on-one relationships to other people and things, money, sex, power, and creativity. What's going on in the pump of the chakra system? And the root chakra, tribal relationships, groups, circles of friends, nationalities, political affiliations, favorite sports teams, Fleetwood Mac Attack, Deadheads, 3 or more they're involved. That's a tribe, as well as the tribe of their bones, their bodies, their cells in this timeless chakra read. So the nature child in the 8th is dealing with the Sibyl, the Ace of Blades. Hold your water, Sibyl, in the crown chakra, which is lovely. The Sibyl is the oracle of Delphi from Greece. A priestess huffing ethylene gas out of a crack in the wall, going into trance. Someone else writes down what she says and someone else translates it. Pretty good gig if you can get it, although don't do it on dark moon because then you suffocate because ethylene gas. Yeah, it's a thing. There's a difference between ethylene and ether, but not that much, like a molecule or two. So the Ace of Blades, the Ace of Swords in the crown chakra is a spiritual truth coming in, right? 1,000-petaled lotus, get it open so you can get that. Ooh, that coming dropping down. Ooh, what does this button do, right? Well, I wouldn't call her a nature child, but maybe I would. What's going on in the third eye? Since we have such a strong element of air in the crown, let's look at what's usually the air chakra, and you've got the Gemini card. I'm so sorry. I don't date Geminis anymore. My dad was a Gemini who was born on Flag Day. Go Google who else is, and I think you'll get it. Made me a witch, though. Gemini, mutable air, a square astrologically to Virgo, but mutable. Changeable air, this is Hina, the Maiden of Blades, the Gemini card, a court card. If you have Gemini placements, think about it. We'll talk about that in a minute. But when it's a court card inside, it's not necessarily someone in your life. It's an internal aspect. In this case, mutable air, to go with your mutable Earth, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus as Virgo. It is a square, but you know we can overthink, right? You're aware of that, Virgos? Are you aware of that, cross watchers? Yeah, keep hanging out with us. You'll realize we can really overthink. But what I love about third house vibe, Gemini, what allows me to have lots of Gemini platonic friends is the conversations, is the mutable thought, the ideas. Geminis are like bees. I go from flower to flower to flower to flower to flower, collecting all of these different things, bringing it back to the hive, and making something really beautiful out of it, depending on their mood, depending on their mental balance. So I like that you've got this Ace, the Sybil, right? That new clear seed of thought coming into the crown, while your third eye is being very mutable, which, yes, can be contrary, right? The twins, yes, no. It's truth, it's false. It's, you know, that we all go through that, right? The voice of the soul versus the voice of the ego, the personality in the middle. But it's also about gathering information, right? It's about collecting things mentally here. Now, I will say, as a gardener, right, which is a different archetype, that's a creative family archetype, but my child can get very, very excited about planting season. I don't have a farm. I have a little teeny I have a garden with pots in it. That makes it a pot garden, but I think you know the type of me, right? Clay pots, right? That I grow stuff in. I grow some vegetables. I grow moon vine. My datura took off this year. You know, I'm a witch. I got all sorts of cool stuff out there, as well as my lovely golden sundrop tomatoes that I love. So when it gets time to like, oh, what do I want to do? And I start looking up, well, I get Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. I'm like, what do I want to get different this year, and what do I want to get for the same? And on top of this thing, there are jars and jars and jars of dried herbs and all sorts of magic up there that you can't see on camera. You see how excited I am about it? That's the innocence of the child, who, if the child feels safe, it's not up for anything. But if it feels safe, it can see the world through new eyes. And that's kind of what this looks like it's leaning towards. I like this read for us. Third chakra, willpower, choices, and decisions. A third air card, the Two of Blades. Not indecision, how I read. I get why people say that. Analysis is the word written on the card. So twos are usually about choices. So what I like about this is this comes in, right? Whoop, comes into the crown chakra. This goes bada 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 bing. And then you got to chew on it. And choice does not necessarily have to be made right now. Like, particularly, do I want to talk about this or not? Do I want to share this maybe thought, this pure seed of thought coming down? My rule of thumb is don't hand your bubble to your bubble poppers, right? Like the toxicity of the well-meaning. Oh, really? You have this dream and this inspiration here, why it won't work? Boop, 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 boop. No. Cross your legs. Don't tell them if that's the vibe, because you want to protect the innocence of that child, right? No matter what comes out of that seed idea, no matter how it manifests, if it manifests, there's something about keeping something pure in your energy field. But this is another chew. This is chew. This is your chewing on it, like, wow, about what you think about all this. And in your heart chakra, you've got Pan in the Mythic Tarot, which is an amalgamation of the Emperor and the Hierophant. It's a feminist deck, so it doesn't really overdo the masculine imagery. But here we have the Dion, Pan, the healthy masculine energy, the Emperor, the fusion of all the kings in the Tarot, all of the cardinal signs. So your heart has got it together on point. However, because it is essentially the Spirit King, Fire King, Earth King, Air King, Water King, I almost had a Avatar Aang flashback there. This is the Spirit King, the Emperor, and Pan is the healthy, grounded, earthy version of it. The Dion, like Dionysus, but it does mean the god, right? The Dion, put an N on the end. Zeus's lymph, Dionysos. This is very, very powerful in terms of the sacred truth of the heart chakra. Carolyn Myss, Anatomy of the Spirit. Love is divine power, right? Crown chakra, live in present time. Second chakra, seek only truth. Are you kidding me? Throat chakra, surrender your will to the divine, because if you don't know whether to spit, swallow, or chew, give it up. They'll hand it back to you when you're ready. And certainly we've got a strong, powerful heart. But I'm going to try and say this the right way. But it's divine masculine heart. This is a feeling that is more father than mother, more husband than wife, more brother than sister, if you want to play gender. But it's in your heart, and it is unified, and it is strong, and it can make very, very wise decisions. So what I see here is somebody taking in this inspiration, this information, and when it hits the heart, they're like, all right, if we're going to do this, we're all in, but we got to make sure the fire, the earth, the air, and the water are all coming from love, from unity, from divine power. I love this read. Solar plexus, cross your fingers. Not bad. King of Cups. This might actually be somebody in the outside world. You looking out. The Cancer card, Orpheus in the Mythic Tarot. The poet, the bard, just couldn't follow directions to save his wife's life. The Cancerian card, obviously an intuitive sign, a water sign. And certainly if you have any planets in Cancer, 4th house stuff, this might be you from the outside looking in, but that's not necessary to claim that. What we're looking at here is cardinal water, emotional, right? Emotional water, creative emotion, gestational emotion, but not always wearing its heart on its sleeve. So if this is you from the outside looking in, you've got this intuitive wisdom here, and it doesn't surprise me that with the Emperor in your heart, if this was you from the outside looking in terms of your solar plexus, your image in the world, your self-esteem, based more on an internal creative water, feeling this out in the heart chakra in order to bring it down the chakras into physical manifestation with that Ace of Blades. You get it? That seed. Ideas are cheap AF, all right? Anybody can have an inspiration. Anybody can have an idea, but not everybody takes it all the way down through the chakra system to manifest it into Earth. I mean, you do. What do you want for dinner? Oh, I don't know. Choose it. Yum. Done. That was a little visceral, but this, I love this. This is very much being at home in your own skin, at home in your own personal power, and that does not shock me with the Emperor in the heart. But you mean business too. This could be about work, but work with nature somehow, in nature somehow. Second chakra, okay, 4 of Pentacles. Second chakra says that you may have your gate closed right now, so to speak, your boundaries up, covering your heart, not getting too emotionally invested with other people on a one-on-one basis. Now, certainly, there is rest with 4s. All the 4s are more or less about rest, right? So this might be in terms of your physical interactions with other people individually, and I don't just mean romantic, sexual. I don't go there immediately, because not everything is about that. Everything's interconnected, but I'm not getting this vibe with this. What I am getting about this is that you are protecting that child inside by maybe not letting on about what's going on inside of you. In other words, you have your legs crossed, protecting virgin territory. We are the only sign that crosses its legs, my verbs. That's why we're invincible, sort of. Uh-oh. I was waiting to see if there was a womp womp, and we got a womp womp in the root chakra, 8 of Swords, usually blindfolded and bound, Rider Waite Tarot. Thank you, Pamela Goldman-Smith. But this is being caught between the Furies and Apollo. What are you going to do? Agree with one, you piss off the other, right? A little bit trapped. But that is element of air. This is tribal relationships in the world. So this could be stuck between different people in a circle of friends, a family, a corporation. not really knowing what to do. It's I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't, but it's all on the realm of thought. Now, how many air cards do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4 out of, well, 7 chakra cards, obviously. This isn't tarot with the Carolyn Myss archetype card. So I'm going to say this is a predominantly air read. 1 major arcana, which if you're going to get 1 major arcana, get the Emperor or the Empress. You've got the Emperor here with a nice touch of water and a touch of earth, but what's missing is fire. But that's okay, right? You got fire. No fire. You got earth. Right? 4 pentacles, you got plenty of air, you've got King of Cups, water, and you've got Major Arcana, the Emperor Spirit. So a lot for this nature child to play with. And I will say, I have to go out and clean up my garden. We already had the frost, it's fine. I'm just waiting for things to kind of let go. Leaf blowers come in, blow away that stuff, and then I go and I gather everything for mulch and, you know, clean it all up. Got to wrap up the fig trees and all of that. So this is cool. I like this read, but we're not done. We're done with Tarot Town. We will refer back to it certainly. But we're going to use another healing system. The Carolyn Myss is not divination. It's a healing system, but I'm a witch. I'm going to work what works. You could say the same for the Matt Kahn healing mantra deck. It's in every single reading I do on YouTube because it's a very helpful tool. It is a healing system. So a healing mantra to help you bring all of this into alignment, whether you're the cross-watcher or not. And even if this doesn't relate to you directly as a cross-watcher, but it does the person you're cross-watching for, do the mantra. It helps them. Please take a nice deep breath, and you and everybody. Breathe. Still point. All right. I call upon the Ascended Masters of Survival, because everybody who incarnates anywhere has to learn how to survive in that environment, in that era, with the family and the society of their time period and location. So please, beloved Ascended Masters of Survival, what is the perfect healing mantra for the Virgo Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers watching this video and receiving this reading to help them really connect with that and manifest that golden inner child, the Sybil in the crown, Gemini in the third eye, analysis in the throat, Pan in the heart, King of Cups, Orpheus in the solar plexus, 4 of Pentacles, second chakra, 8 of Swords in the root. That's the fly in that ointment. What's the perfect healing mantra in this timeless read? Embodying my soul, I have a right to be excited. No matter what else the fuck anybody says, I would keep my mouth shut. Just because I'm on camera doesn't mean I tell everybody everything. In fact, this allows me to say what I can on camera to the world and then keep the rest in the vault. Oh, DNA test, a tumbler lock on that thing. I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book, the last 3 Bookie Book reads, because the authors say it way better than I could, but I know all these mantras. I have a right to be excited. Excuse me. I have a right to be excited. It usually shuts people up. Said nobody ever. Don't talk to people who will pee in your Cheerios because they're having a bad day or a bad life. Not there is such a thing. Where are we? Embodying. Embodying. There's embracing, embodying my soul. Please take a nice deep breath. I have a right to be excited. I love doing that. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. Oh, and here comes the garbage truck. I'm going to read through it. I'm going to talk over Optimus Prime while he self-flagellates himself with the dumpster. Breathe. I am strong, I am invincible, I am Virgo. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. And one of the longest run-on sentences, but I'm okay with it. In other words, you get it's like no matter what's going on in the outside world, I'm on a journey here. There is something exciting coming in here, right? I have a right to be excited. Because I'm a part of the universe that came in to have an individualized unit of consciousness experience. Sat Ananda. That's C-H-I-T, by the way. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be a part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things seem. There's that Eight of Swords. Now look, for some of you, you are definitely caught between, I won't say a civil war. There's no such thing as a civil war in the true meaning of the word, but I will say family squabbles, arguments, gossip, right? Two sides. It feels like Virgos get caught in the middle. Why? Because we're the servants and people come and dump their guts to us on the regular. I am such a confessor to people, but at least I made a career out of it, right? Book me for a reading or a spiritual counsel. I've been doing it for a very long time. This mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body. And what is the child archetype the guardian of? Innocence and safety. This could easily be a family situation you're dealing with, but it need not necessarily be biological family of birth or otherwise, or the people who raised you. It may be, but it might not be. It very well could be a tribal situation, but one where you've got, this is going to be weird coming out of my mouth, but the heart of the father, the heart of the emperor here. You might actually know better in this one, but in the heart, how you communicate that, really chew on it. Chew off those edges of that jagged little pill, though it feels so good swimming in your stomach. Oh, my hands are sticky. I need an Alanis moist towelette. I love her. She's got one hand in her pocket. Let's not go there. Let's instead remove some obstacles with the Whispers of Lord Ganesha. Angela Hartfield, love the book. I also use her Whispers of Love Oracle for a bunch of readings here on the channel. But Lord Ganesha is the Hindu god of success and prosperity, the remover of obstacles, but with the head of an elephant. He's lovely, he's delightful, and it is an honor to bring him into these readings. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, you're so beautiful. One card in clarity for the Libra. I just skipped a read, didn't I? The Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Though I have Mars conjunct Venus and Libra, but I don't think that's the point. Beloved remover of obstacles, one card in clarity. What is your guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the child archetype in the 8th, Sybil in the 7th, is Sybil in the crown. That's hard to say. Gemini in the 3rd eye. That rhymes. Two of Blades analysis in the 3rd chakra. Pan, the Emperor, / Hierophant in the heart, King of Cups in the solar plexus, 4 of Pentacles in the sacrum, and 8 of Swords in the root chakra in this Timeless Chakra Read. Protection, safety, embody your soul. You have a right to be excited, and protection is going to help ensure that that child feels safe. Put up your boundaries. We're the only sign that crosses our legs. I think that's really important to remember. My legs are crossed right now. Shall we? Let's read from the bookie book, card number 20, Protection. You like flying through the air. I love this deck. The artwork is awesome. The guidance in it, the oracles itself, though, are pretty priceless. Breathe in the Ganesh protection. Card number 20, protect your energy as you lift your vibration and frequency. 4 Pentacles, really. Cancer in the soul of the Cancer. Oh yeah, I'm feeling deeply, but you'll never know. As you continue your spiritual path, you begin to lift in vibration and frequency, and you continue to experience new levels of love and light. That is true. That is the point of it. It gets better, but simply not play easy. Your energy body undergoes an essential transformation. These changes in the energy body require that past pain and limiting views of self be released. Well, that is exactly why I do the waxing and waning reads here too. And we're looking at deliberately your energy field here with the chakras, going to more of a level of cause than wrestle with the level of effect. When this happens, the pain comes to the forefront of your experience. It can definitely feel like you're taking quite a battering, and that may very well be this 8 of Swords in the physical world in terms of root chakra groups, tribes, bodies, a tribe of bones and cells. So again, in a general read, take that into consideration. The pain and suffering, you can feel like you're taking quite a battering. Ask Ganesha to surround you with his beautiful energy at this time. You may envision this energy as red, yellow, or white in color, or in any color that resonates with you. Imagine this energy is filled with love and light. It is said that Ganesha oversees the angels of protection. For the nature child, is this clicking? It's clicking for me, like in my gut clicking. That doesn't sound right. Ganesha's light energy serves to release any negative energy within its field into light. Visualize negative energies, entities, memories, or stuck energy being released from your spirit, mind, and body. Ho'oponopono goes a long way too. Check it out. Hawaiian. When previous pain shows up, it may not be a clear-cut memory of a particular past event or feeling of fear. Past experiences may be reflected in your current challenges and lessons. It appears in a form that will trigger you now, bringing up resistance and distraction to be dealt with immediately. That's why not chew. Don't spit it out, what you gotta say, but don't swallow it and repress it either. Chew on this. Keep in mind to respond with love. That's what it just said. You are assured that you will continue to grow and evolve through this challenge. Ganesha will assist you in protecting your energy for the best possible results. And, amulet up, right? Psychic shield yourself, all of that stuff. But that's even what it said in the card. Visualize yourself in a force field of light, containing and protecting your energy field. So all information and energy that exchanges does so clearly, cleanly, for the well-being of all in all overtones of all dimensions. That's part of the prayer I do a lot. And on Patreon, we do that every morning, right? So that anything it gets through will know, well, it made it past the bouncer. So if your bouncer is Ganesh, how you are releasing obstacles here is to take the time, the space to rest and breathe and feel this and think it out and deal with it and deal with the triggers. I mean, that would make sense with the Cancerian card and the solar plexus. Be careful of taking things personally. When people are possessed by pain, and the programs of pain, the lead rather than the gold, and you're an empath, you can feel their pain and think it's yours. That's an indication of saying that's how they actually feel that they're not dealing with. So do not take this personally. They're talking about themselves, not you, and they're not even accurate in terms of what they're saying about themselves, right? So a little psychic shielding. A little jewelry, a little amulet. Amulet away, talisman toward. I guess you could have a talisman of protection to draw protection to you, but whatever. You do you. But I like that. This is definitely somebody... I don't know that I want to use these words. It's the words they're giving me, but it's a little sexist. Manning up. I don't know. I know some women that could, pick up a boat and throw it across a fence with their power, and they wouldn't even have to touch it, right? But definitely it's a feeling of the innocence of this child being really, really, really strong and grounded, which is our gig, Earth signs, Virgos in particular. But I love that Ganesh is saying, I will protect you, child, and I will protect the nature of your child as well as your nature child. Wonder what this is about. I know I'd rather talk with my with nature most of the time than people, but hey, nice gig if you can get it. One more card, the Chakra Reading cards by Rachel Sharman, by Rockpool Publishing, just to kind of say from the higher selves, this is consecrated to the higher selves, which one to kind of start with, look at, also gives you an affirmation, just a little extra insight, and usually crosses the T's and dots the I's, and you know how much we love that, Virgos. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Yeah, I call upon the higher selves of all involved. Fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above, maybe even my higher self, because I can relate to this to a certain extent. Absolutely. So even if I am in or I'm not in this read, what is the chakra reading, the chakra energy, the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers most need to be aware of, right? An inroad. Start here, look here, try this affirmation, focus on this chakra. Give us your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power for the Virgo collective and cross watchers in this timeless chakra read of nature child embodying their soul with protection, with the Sybil in the eighth, Gemini in the third eye, analysis in the throat, Pan in the heart, Orpheus, King of Cups in the solar plexus, Four of Pentacles in the second chakra, and Eight of Swords in the root in this timeless chakra read. Communication. It's a lot of air. I think this is either third eye or throat chakra. That looks like throat. That definitely looks like throat chakra. That don't look like ajna. Third eye. Card number 21. These are relatively quick. I like them. The art is really amazing. It's amazing. Where are you? There you are. Communication. This is not the quickie. It is a longie. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's hear what the higher selves have to say about this. Throat chakra. Communication. You have called upon this card today to let you know that it is an important time for communication. I mean, that makes sense with the amount of air in this reading. All healthy connections and relationships are built on a solid base of good communication. It is easy to hold back or alter your words in order to prevent hurting someone's feelings, fear of rejection, or the possibility of creating some form of conflict, which kind of feels like that Eight of Swords in the root. Even if it's not family, right? It can just be a conflict of minds in general. However, it is important that you share your thoughts and feelings honestly with those around you to create and build long-lasting relationships. I agree with that, but not until you're still chewing on it in the throat chakra with that Two of Blades. So take your time with this. When you doubt, hinder, or manipulate the flow of communication, this interference blocks the throat chakra and create a world of suppression and confusion. Oh yeah. Holding on to unexpressed thoughts and feelings can lead to pain, confusion, and unhealthy patterns. He said as he coughed in his throat chakra. Take a moment to see if there is anyone in your life that you are not communicating effectively with due to fear, rejection, and maybe even unwanted conflict. Come on, it's on the table. You are being encouraged at this time to speak up and share your feelings. Communication can also mean writing your feelings down on paper, which is also a good tool to use. Yeah, like vent and then burn it. It's called petition magic and release. Wait for a waning moon if you want. Do what is required to action your communication. You might even like to try some healing and clearing processes on your throat chakra. Oh, here we go. A few great crystals to work with to clear this chakra are blue lace agate, blue kyanite, and chrysocolla. Turquoise is lovely as well. A little turquoise. I'll pick that up later. It shot across the room, but it did not break. Itty bitty teeny tiny reading. Where are we? Lost my place. Make sure that you are commuting from a place of love and compassion, and that your delivery is clear and centered. I think that's the chewing part. These are fencers, right? So they're thinking a couple of steps ahead, but with that Gemini in the third eye, you've got a lot of thoughts to kind of sort through here. I think we all do. Communication is also about listening. Make sure that as you communicate, you also listen with an open heart and without judgment. As you trust, you will feel a huge weight off your shoulders and a natural healing occur. You will feel a deeper connection with yourself and those around you. And the affirmation, I communicate in all ways with ease and grace. Yeah, why is that EASY? With easy and grace? I think that's a typo, but whatever. Virgo. So look, I would say yes, that is absolutely true. Communication, the rite of confession, throat chakra, anatomy of the spirit, I'm not kidding. But that certainly could mean a conversation that you're having with somebody big can be boundaried. So I'm going to speak the truth, but this is what I need from you. I just need you to hear me. I've said this to people in my life, even in my family. I go, can we have a conversation where we don't talk over each other? We really stop and listen, and we're not thinking about what we're going to say while the other person's talking. That's loving. That's kind. And that ain't easy. Not even simple. So, with that communication here, and it's funny because they're doing it in the picture very telepathy, third eye to third eye, even though this is a throat chakra card. But then I am going to say the throat chakra with the two blades here, interesting, two heads, two blades there, two fencers. Yeah, different points of view, but looking at each other. Just found that interesting. So this is probably about a second chakra one-on-one relationship. Could be about money, could be about anything, but something that you feel very, not just strong about, you might even be right about, but that doesn't necessarily make the situation easier with whoever you are dealing with. And it might vary about something on a larger scale in the physical world, a family, a corporation, a business, something like that, because it is, of course, a general read. But even if you are not, I wouldn't recommend just blurting it out. We usually don't, Virgos. Depends on our astrological makeup, I'm sure. But to chew on it, to really take the time to process this, and allow that innocence to lead the way. Now, my question is, what does this have to do with nature for you? And if you can comment about it, please do. Interesting. So we're going to do a blessimation. It's a blessing and a summation all at once, something we came up with on Patreon. And then at the end of that, the reading is over, but I have to release the collectives and all of that. So I usually do that by being goofy because it feels good, and it's a good way to end the reading. Because really, though there may be some painful stuff going on here, I think that protection is such a Virgo thing. Self-protection, clarity. I wouldn't blurt out what you're going through, but I would express your thoughts and emotions in a way that are healthy, creative, gold, rather than destructive, lead. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Virgo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs and cross watchers watching this video and receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to align their chakras into the clearest flow that they can, to make this world and their lives a better place, with friendships with animals and communication with nature spirits, with that innocence of the nature child that thrives in nature, that gets recharged in nature and feels unity with it, so that new ideas, new thoughts, perhaps radical ones compared to the people around them, come down into that crown chakra, because it comes down all the time, but the mind maybe going back and forth, gathering information and analysis, chewing on the information that comes in back and forth, because in their heart there is this intense power. It is solid, it is strong, it is balanced, but it can also be very dominating and very controlling, as the Emperor can be. But if it's self-control, if it's emotional control, to not rip somebody's head off when they disagree or challenge, then that's kind of a good thing, and certainly part of that protection. And yeah, there is probably a lot of sensitivity going on here, a lot of solar plexus intuition, a lot of feelings going on there, but maybe not worn on their sleeve so much, but feeling it nonetheless. So it makes sense. Four of Pentacles, they have a nice foundation. They've got emotional stability, but the Four leads to the Five, which is usually a bit earthquakey, which is fives are numbers of change, but for right now, it's okay to have that healthy boundary up there in terms of communicating with another person one-on-one, because there is an Eight of Swords situation here, and this doesn't feel great. It feels like rock in a hard place. It feels like irresistible force and a movable object, and if you get to choose, be the irresistible force, because at least you're irresistible. And so may they know that they have a right to be excited and embodying their soul, which really indicates what's going on here in Heart, Third Eye Crown is about the divine, is about their soul. And it's not just they're thinking about the soul or chewing on the soul, they are embodying it, and they have a right to be excited, and people don't like that if they don't have that or they don't understand it, so that they may call to Ganesh for protection, that force field of light containing and protecting their energy field. So all information, energy, guidance, grace, love, wisdom, and power that comes to them from other people, from the chakras, from the guides, from the TV, from anything, does so clearly, cleanly, and for the well-being of all, so that when they are excited, when they are aligned and they are ready, they can communicate, whether that's writing it out in a journal, a vlog, in therapy, and talking with a close friend with vows of confidentiality, rite of confession, throat chakra for surezies there, balancing justice and mercy, surrendering their will to the divine in this process of analysis, Anatomy of the Spirit, third chakra chapter. May they be blessed. May all the Virgos be blessed with all that they need to heal, to grow, to learn, to be the best that they can be, because we are the servants of the zodiac. Doesn't matter. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, Uranus, we're up for it. And take us by the hand, walk us through this, and may the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be the very best and the very blessed that they can be, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be! So it is. All right. Issues, but good. Now you have an idea of what they are. So if you liked the reading, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to help other Virgos find this. We are the servants of the zodiac, but the servants must be served, right? And then wherever we can help each other out, that's a good thing too. And if you want the deeper experience, again, the magic, the miracles, the mysticism, and the Malcolm, Patreon. I dig it so much. It really is my favorite thing. It's such a fun service to do. It's a lot of work. Oh, it's a lot of work. But I love it so much. It feels like play. But at least it's creative play that serves. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal, but perhaps too shy, too afraid to ask. But don't be. Why? Because I love you, my Virgos. We are the virgins on the planet. We are the mutable earth. We are that sixth house dynamic of occupation and health for the planet. So have at it. Hang in there. Reach out if you need help. I'm here. Hell, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.